So we apologize for the delayed start, and we can see few international participants also here. So from JCI Bangladesh, we welcome you all to our training of JCI Achieve. Let me share my screen first. Can I have the screen sharing?
I think you can share now,
Yes.
please.
Thank you very much. Can you see the PPT file in full screen? So today we are going to conduct JCI Achieve. It is one of the 3 core trainings of JCI. Another 2 are JCI Impact and JCI Admin. And what we will learn in Achieve, we'll come into that. So first of all, few ground rules. Whenever you have a question, you can drop that in the chat box, or you can raise hands also. We will appreciate everyone to mute their mics during the session, and we will have a separate Q&A. And as we are starting 15 minutes late, we will try to round up this because we won't take 3 hours. The total duration won't be 3 hours, so don't be so much worried. And another thing is we will show the PPT in once we will move back to another file and we will again come back. So any question, please raise your hand or drop box. Okay. And Mr. Mustafa Bhai will coordinate that if someone else has any question. And this is a training, or I would like to say that this will be more experience sharing. So I would encourage participation from you all. So please share your experience from your JCI career. So let's start. It's JCI Achieve. So we have done the registration. That's why we are here. Please do participate. And after today's training, within next 4 days, the test will be up and we will go through the tests. For those for whom this is the first training for JCI, so you will get an email and you will log on to the very site from where you have registered, and there you will have to go for a test, a very easy test. I think 70% is the passing mark, so that will see that whether you have passed. So attending the training is the first part, and completing the exam and passing is the next part. Do remember that, please. And today's course material, we all will have that, but there is one condition: we need to pass it first. Whenever you pass, then the training material will be available for you. Objective of today's course, we will mostly cover 4 topics, 4 keywords there are: values, purpose, brand, and impact. We will go through the JCI principles and values, and we will see the purpose of why do we do the projects in JCI. And we are from specific local organizations. We will learn about the brand value of our local organization and how this brand impacts, and how do JCI, we the JCs, impact to our community. We will go through that. The first part will take our half of the time, and next we will go through the next 3 part, very short. Values, purpose, brand, and impact. And one thing, and before that or during the session, please write your name and your local organization in the chat box. That we will count as our attendance. There are 3 types of people, who makes things happen, who watch, and who wonder what happened. Can I have some example? Can anyone share some example of this? Please unmute and participate. if you want a header from me, like let us think about a football match. There is Lionel Messi playing. Huh? So in the football match, the players are the people who are making things happen. They are scoring goals, they are defending, they're doing everything. They are the spectators. Huh? They are watching. They are not participating, but they're watching. And in a football match, if we take someone who had never played football, like a badminton player or anyone who doesn't have any idea, for that he or she would be wondering what's happening, why people are so happy or so sad. So that's one example, and I would like to have more examples from you from your corporate life or other things. Please unmute and say your name and do participate. Voluntary participation is required, or I will tell names. Shall I start?
What was the question, Imtiaz Bhai? Would you please tell it again?
The question is, bhai, there are three types of people: those who make things happen, somewhere someone watches, and there are few who wonder what has happened. Like the example in the football field, Messi is the player; they are making it happen, and there are spectators who are watching. And someone, if they don't have any idea about the football game, they will wonder what is happening in the field. So, can we have some more examples? Imran Bhai, local president of JCI Dhaka North. Very nice to have you here, Bhai.
Thank you, Imtiaz Bhai. You have put a very good example. So around us, we also have many kind of similar people. Like if we look into our current local context in Bangladesh, you will eventually any kind of things happen in Dhaka street, like a fight between two people or car accident. You will see there are a lot of people who will get into the recovery. There are people who will take their mobiles and make the videos, and there will be a lot of people watching, standing still and watching what's happening, and they're wondered, just like the football match.
Excellent, Imran Bhai. Yes, you have given the perfect example. So some people are doing something. There are spectators, and there is also some people who don't have any idea what's happening. So, as JCs, as member of the leading global network for young active citizens, which one do we need to be? In group 1, 2, or 3?
In my belief, I believe, sorry, this is Humaira from JCI Dhaka Young.
Welcome,
I
Humaira.
believe we should be the one to make things happen in a positive way. We should be the change makers as the active citizens of Bangladesh.
Excellent, excellent. That's the answer we were looking for. We want to be in the first group, definitely. We want to be the change maker. We want to make things happen so that other people can follow us, can watch us. And if some people are wondering what's happening, they will eventually learn and follow suit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And how we can make things happen? We need to take actions. Making things happen is important, but making the right things happen is more important. Like the example Imran Bhai just shared, two people were fighting in the street. So that's something happening, but that might not be the right thing that's happening. You know, so we will have the option to choose. We will take action, but we will take the right action for the society. We will come to that. Let's see. We have 4 parts, so let's start with the values. Values and principles. The meaning is close one. Huh? So values are principles that reflect ideal moral standards by which individuals guide their thoughts and action. As an individual, the core beliefs, the core values, the core principles I have, or I am guided. Those are the values. Okay. So let's do one thing. This is the formal introduction of our training. Please in the chat box write your name, your most important value, and how does it benefit society. We'll take 2 minutes for that. And during that time, I need someone to volunteer also to speak here. Your name, from which chapter you are, your most important value, and whether it benefits the society or not. Anyone? I see Mr. Michel Leong.
Hello, this is Michael Lang,
Okay, please.
not Michelle Lang.
Michael, sorry.
Yeah, let me make an introduction about myself. First of all, my name is Michael Lang. I'm from JCI Ocean from Hong Kong. What's my most important value? Are you asking in regards of JC values or my
Your personal value? Your personal value?
No, what I think most important to me is my career. Is I work in the wine industry. I do wine trading, and trading it has been very important to Hong Kong economy. So my value would be how good I can be in my industry and how much I can contribute to the Hong Kong society. So the third question, how does it benefit society? Oh, well, how does it benefit? Well, I pay tax. I pay tax to the government, and I do a lot of education about wine. I run some wine education courses such as WSET, which we teach people how to taste the wine, how to give reviews to the wine. Yep, pretty much that's all. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, that's wonderful. Because you are a trader, you need to do your job perfectly. Nah? When the trading is good, whole Hong Kong economy is dependent on the trading. And what Mr. Michael has said already, that he is a wine trader. If he does his job good, all the people in his pipeline will be beneficiary. And as he's a active citizen, he's paying taxes, and each trading there is some tax, VAT, and other issues. So whole society is getting benefit. Thank you. So anyone else need to volunteer? This will be a discussion session mostly, so that I would appreciate volunteering, please. Mr. Kushal Bhakto, are you there? Yes, we can hear you. Plus a bit louder, please. Excellent, excellent. We can relate that personal value can bring benefit to the society, definitely. And let us have a quick look at the chat box. Are we writing? Please mention your name, important value in the chat box. Because we will take the participant list from the chat box, and only those who have participated or attended, they will be allowed to take the test. Thank you. So now let's try to relate those with the JCI values. What is the value we have talked about? It is the guiding principle, and which guides our thoughts and actions as a human being. So if you go through, there might be some organizational values also. As an individual, values guide our actions, and the same thing for an organizational perspective, we call it activities. Like a big corporate house, they took some activities. A voluntary organization, we in JCI, we do some activities. We do projects, we do events, we do facilitation events also. So these are activities. And the guidance and what we do, what we will do, those are guided by the organizational values. So first we have seen our personal values. Now let's come to the JCI values or our organizational values. So if we brainstorm what are the values of JCI, we have JCI creed, mission and vision, if you can remember now. So today JCI Achieve training, we will mostly look into those three things: JCI vision, JCI mission and JCI creed. From there we can have the values also. So in every meeting, in every GMM and other GAs, we recite the JCI vision, mission and creed. So values are defined there. If we go through the JCI creed, there are some words: that faith, brotherhood, economic justice, laws, personality, service. It was first pronounced by C. William Brownfield in 1946. Actually, JCI was introduced in 1915 or 16. Now, after 30 years, they felt the need of a creed. So let me stop this share and go through another sharing. Okay, let us come back to this one again. My PPT file is not working. Let me. Okay. So this is the creed. Today morning I have already gone through that. Who is the one? Mr. William Brownfield. If I can tell you that it was the USA NatCon, National Conference in 1946, and he was the vice president. In that conference, he felt that okay, JCI have a mission and vision, but we need some guiding principles also. At that time, this JCI creed was formulated and it was first pronounced in the National Convention of JCI USA 1946, after almost 30 years of the foundation of JCI. If we go one by one of this line, we will get the human part and the organizational part also. First, the faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. And to share you with one thing, that the first line was introduced in 1950. In 46, the creed's other five lines were there, but in 1950, the faith in God or in any religion, that has been introduced. So the faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. Here, if anyone can share one line, then I will add my. Anika Appa, are you there? We will discuss one by one. What does it mean? The faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. Please.
Yes, Ji bhai, I'm here.
Thank you. Can you please explain something like that? We did just a discussion.
Yeah, thank you, bhaiya. Basically, I think the sentence is religious. It says obviously that if you have a religious purpose in life, like if you believe in a higher almighty, then obviously that gives you more meaning and purpose in your life and puts you in um, sort of the kind of I would say organizes your life and gives you sort of meaning to why you are alive, something similar to that. I mean, the reason why we all obviously have religious values, I think it's
Yes.
something that's what's trying to mean, I think.
Excellent, excellent. That's why, as we are searching from some guiding principles, if we are a believer,
Yeah.
the scripts, the Holy Scripts gives us the guiding principle. As a human being,
Yes.
what we need to do, what we need not to do, from what we need to be afraid of. No? In every in every religion, there are some do's and don'ts. So those are the guiding principles. So believing in that will give us the meaning and purpose of human life. And let me tell you another thing: those are non-believers do also believe in humanity. They believe in they are also above all. So everything is covered here. If we go to the second creed, understanding equality, that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nation. The meaning of brotherhood, the dictionary meaning is an association or community of people liked by a common interest. It might be religion, it might be trade, it might be voluntary work like we are all doing. So let me request another person. Tanzila Zaman Appa, local president, are you there?
Yes, Imtiaz bhai, I'm here.
Apu, can we just go through the declaration that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nation? Like
Yes.
why we are promoting this, the association of common people of common mind?
Well, it is emphasizing on fraternity. It is very important to have unity and unity about on peace and appreciation, acknowledgement of equality regarding race or color, things like that. So that brings in peace, and that is one of the principles of JCI.
Excellent. Yes, and it will transcend the sovereignty of the nation itself. If we are a
Right.
JCI fraternity, in today's meeting, at least we have 5 or 6 national people here. Huh? It is beyond our national boundary. The brotherhood, the word you use, the first thing, that is the fraternity.
Right.
Yes, those are the main thing.
Yes.
So our creed also tell that there should be brotherhood, there should be a fraternity feeling, the fellow JC feeling. So the next point is humanity. Thank you, Tanzila Appa. So
Thank you.
for humanity, the JCI Declaration of Principle is that economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise. Will someone volunteer, or I will request Ms. Dipanita Sutrodhar? Can you please help us?
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yes, can you please speak a bit louder and give your brief description from where you are speaking?
Sir, I'm Deepanita. I'm from JCI Dhaka West.
Dhaka West. Okay, Dipanita. So the thing we were asking, that economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise, and this is the progress of humanity. Can you please add few lines with that?
Economic justice. Sir, it can be financially stable and
Yes, you have uttered the very right word, that financial stable or financial stability.
financial
When
stability can make make a person more free. Like when you are not uh, what I can say, you are not dependent on someone, that can give you uh, more free spirit to do your work in your way with your integrity.
Definitely, definitely, excellent. And you have uttered the free spirit, free will. Everything is told here that when a person is free or the enterprise is free, there is no sanction from the government, then only
Yeah.
we can have the economic justice. Like no embargo, everyone is free man. Because you have to think about, it started in 1915, and after during the Second World War, or in between that, these creeds were written down. So there should be free enterprises, free men. At that time, this type of thinking was going around to give the economic justice to the whole world. The enterprises should be free, and the people should be free to do that. Thank you very much. So, free society, the concept of free society is also designed or described in our creed, that government should be of laws rather than men. I think Himika Hussain, local director. Yes.
In this dictation access, what I understand is we do have a lot of people in this world. But if we do not have the laws proper, and the government should do not have the laws and implementation of the laws proper, then it will create around a mess, and ultimately the peace society will not be there, and there will be a chaos everywhere. So we should have proper laws, and we should have the implementation of that.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Himika, Ms. Himika. Yes, there should be some laws and there should be the proper implementation of those, because it also shows that democracy is what? For the people, by the people, and who can tell the few words? Hello? Yes, if there is the law, and there should be, the country should be governed by the law, not by the men. In a monarchy, the king or queen himself or herself are the law. So here in JCI, we are promoting the no. Men, no one should be above the law. The country, the government should be by laws, should be governed by the laws, not the men, so that the whimsical decisions doesn't come. Thank you very much. And the beautiful thing is human differences. That art's great, great treasure lies in human personality. Will someone volunteer? Tushar Malik Bhai, I can see you. Salma Akhtar. Will anyone volunteer? Okay.
Hi, this is Humaira again. So,
Humaira.
every human is that the note it says that the art's great treasure lies in human personality. Every human being is unique. We have each and every person have unique capacities and traits of their own. So the art has treasures in each human personalities, and that is how our unique capacities will enrich the art if we properly utilize it.
Yes, excellent. Every human being has his or her own unique capacities, unique personalities. No? So the whole world, our great treasure is that if we allow those personalities to bloom, to come forward, like in any local organization, whenever we are doing a project, we will see that someone has the capacity to go to the field. Someone is a good writer. Someone is a good communicator. So we need every type of people in the team. So in larger organization also, we need to cater, we need to encourage every traits from all over the world. In this meeting, we are very lucky. We have participants from 5 countries at least. Thank you all. And Humaira, you're very right. That is the point. So, and if we culmination of all principles in what the service to humanity is the best work of life. So I want to take a volunteer. Let me explain that what we are doing in JCI. We are doing voluntary services. We do projects. Everything is, one thing is me, personal development, and the next thing is to give back to the society. So every guiding principle culminates, is justifies into one major line, that is service to humanity is the best work of life, irrespective of the country, creed, religion, anything. So basic leadership in JCI, we are creating leaders. In leadership, there is 3 things. There are different definitions from management perspective, other perspective, but in JCI, we are telling that there is 3 basic bullet points: vision, strategy, and action. In vision means long term. We have JCI vision, we have personal vision, we have organizational vision. In long term, where we need to go. Then strategy is how to go there, the roadmap. There may be several pathways, which path to take, and what action do we need to take. And the last is you have the plan, but if we don't take the action, then our vision won't be achieved. Vision, strategy, then taking action according to that strategy. Now, if we come to our values, in this part we are talking about values all, yeah, only how easily we forgot our values and follow the crowd because we are overrun by a wrong majority concern. The democracy, what 51% people, whatever they are saying, that is true. So in our human nature, we try to follow the crowd. And the value we have mentioned in the chat box, or we have talked about, I would like to have some examples where we as a person have forgot our values and we were overrun by a wrong majority. We knew that it was wrong, but we were overrun. Can anyone share from his or her life experiences? We had that value, we know it is wrong, but from the majority we had did that wrong thing. JC Nijas Chitrokor.
Thank you so much, sir. But my net is kind of lagging, so I can't hear you properly.
Okay, we can hear you. So you're from Nepal?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so our question was, we had mentioned about some values, the life guiding principle. But
Yes.
during day-to-day life, sometimes we slip from there. We forget our values and follow the crowd. Whatever everyone is doing, we also do that, knowing that that is wrong by wrong majority. Can you share one personal example from your life?
Uh, I I can't give any examples like of my life itself,
No
but
problem.
it's just a scenario which is currently running around. Like this might be right or wrong, I don't know, but this might suit the example. Uh, as we know, COVID-19 is doing a lot of chaos around here, but we see people on Instagram or on social medias going outside, meeting friends, doing things. So we also tend to do those things just thinking that those are right. So we also tend to degrade our values and go outside. I guess that might be the example for it, if it's okay.
Yes, excellent. Yes, yes. Like crowd pressure, as everyone is doing, I am also compelled to doing that.
Yes, sir.
I had to minimize my standard, my ethical values also. Excellent, excellent and practical example. And if we can share, like whenever we are crossing the roads, as most of us in the participant are from Asia or being in South Asian, whenever like crossing the road in Bangladesh also, if there is a crowd, 10% is breaking the signal, as an 11th person, I also follow suit. In the back of the mind, I know that we are doing something wrong, but we are degrading our values.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, standing up for one's values require courage and strength. The things, the scenarios we mentioned are not a very strong deposition from the values. Whenever we are taking a bold decision, we need courage. Like in the Western world or all over the world, we are having the Black Lives Matter movement. So, if you are going to against those crowds, against something, you need to be bold. You need to have the courage to face that. So, in JCI point of view, we are also telling that one wrong doesn't make it right, even if everyone else is doing it. So, from the guiding principle, best thing in our life, in our day-to-day life, we cannot deteriorate from those principles. If everyone is doing, everyone is wrong. done by everyone doesn't make it right. So the takeaway is having values is not enough. We need to practice and defend those values. Thanks for your participation. So we were talking about the value. This is a $100 bill, the value. And also another, but it is, someone has crushed it. It doesn't have that much glory of the its predecessors. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the value of the second note? We have $2 bills. One is fresh out of wallet, and another we have just picked from the road. It is not torn, but it is crunched and it has dirt on it.
Uh, this is Tanzim from JCI Dhaka North. Both of these $100 bill have the same value as long as it is not torn or destroyed.
Okay, Tanzim bhai, thanks for sharing. Why the dollar has not lost its value? Can you share? It is torn. It is not that much here.
Yeah, because basically, logically, what happens as long as when they have printed this money, they have reserved certain amount of gold or something else in the Federal Reserve, and they have a specific number printed on the bill, and as long as the Federal Reserve Bank is not destroying it or deleting this number from their list, it has a value and it has a trading value. Basically, I can buy anything from the right one or from with the left one, so it has the same value.
Excellent. Tanzim bhai first gave us the economic answer why it is written that the note should be exchanged with the 100 amount of gold or something. That's the economic definition, and later he finished with the more practical one. That is, the value of a $100 note is how much trade we can do, how much things we can get in exchange of the bill. So the fresh one will also give me the same thing with the old one, because it hasn't lost its value, because the trading goods, it will work the same amount. Thank you very much, Tanzim bhai. For the people from not Dhaka, Bangladesh, India, or Nepal, I think we use the word bhai to brothers and appa to our sisters. So whenever there is a Bangladeshi participants, we are addressing them as Tanzim bhai, Humaira appa. So don't get afraid. These are the local norms in Bangladesh. Thank you.
So we also do use bhai for our brothers, but I didn't get the sisters one. Oh, what do you call sisters?
In the sister,
Is
we
it
call
appa?
appa. Yes, appa.
Oh, okay.
So, brother, where are you from?
I'm from Nepal.
Nepal, bhai. Okay, Tarif bhai.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, like this currency, our values should always remain intact. Yes, that is the core line. As the $100 note got torn or got dirt in it, but its value remain intact. It's a symbolic representation for our human being. Our values should remain intact also. And if we can match that core, if you can pick the main words from the 6 JCI Creed, there's belief, faith, brotherhood, economic justice, government of laws, human personality, service to humanity, all good things. So this is the core takeaway from JCI Creed, and our values also help establish our purpose. If we can go forward, okay, we have done the part one, the bigger one. We'll move to the purpose and then brands. Okay. So anyone, do you have any question from the first part? Please unmute and. I think we can move forward. Then other questions will come. So module 2 is purpose. Purpose of a plane. Okay. Let me new. Actually, I'm trying to make it interesting so that people don't get bored, or I can see Oshim Kumar Bhai here. Oshim Bhai, can you give us some example of what is the purpose of an aeroplane?
Hello.
Bhai,
Yes. How are you?
welcome.
Good morning.
Very good morning, Bhai. We are having Achieve training, and in the slide, we are trying to
Yes.
find out the purpose of an aeroplane. Can you please help us?
Yes, it's a mode of transportation. As you know that we can go from one place to another place. So it serves the purpose of a person to go from one place to another place. This is the main purpose that that bring from one place to another place to send to the destination. So this is
Excellent.
the main purpose of going of airplane, that to serve us to bring us from one place to another place, which is our destination. That is the main purpose actually.
Excellent, Oshim Bhai, National Director. So I need another help from you. So that is the main purpose, or we also travel. That's the why the plane was built. And can you give us some more example where plane is there, but not for that main purpose, like traveling, taking people from place one to place A to B? Do we have any other usage of an aeroplane? Have we seen it? Some weird
You see,
example. Mhm.
sorry.
Some weird example of aeroplane being used for another purpose, not for taking people from one place to another. Can anyone? I have 2-3 examples. Let's see.
Terrorist attack.
Yes, Miss Dipanita, maybe.
You see, sorry.
Terrorist attack. That's very weird
Yes,
example of airplane.
yes, negative example, but you are right. But
Negative.
to attack someone also, oh, the being to use the plane as a bomb, like to
Yeah.
attack the twin tower. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's a unique way of using a plane. Yes,
Can
excellent.
be also used as a museum.
Yes.
Uh,
Do you for aeroplane museum like a
Yeah,
museum having hundreds of aeroplanes? Yes.
might be, sir, or aviation museum, kind of.
Aviation museum. Those planes are not flying. Those are for display.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. We can visit those planes. We can have the World War I, World War II planes. So those are descriptive items. We will see them. I have seen in Dhaka. I think in around the world there should be. We used to had a restaurant on an aeroplane. One aeroplane crashed and someone bought it and made a restaurant. People will board that and
I was
I
just
can
going
give
to
you
mention that.
I can give
yes,
you one
Fazila.
example.
Okay.
Like
Please,
so,
bhai.
you
Gulshan,
see,
Yes.
there is always a positive purpose and the negative purpose. It depends on the the mood of working of the plane.
Ji, bhai.
Like in Dubai, I see that in the Miracle Garden you get Emirates fly. Airplane, they put it in with the flower and all that. As a decoration. But if you talk
Decorative
about a
piece.
negative purpose, it used for the there is a fighter plane also that working for the different wars, and
Mhm.
and somewhere also to attack somebody, as somebody said. So and also for traveling. So it depends, the purpose. But the main purpose, usually if you talk about the positive things in JCI, we always think about the
Oh,
positive
yes, definitely.
Well,
positivity. So
aeroplane is
it
also
should be.
used for relief work during disasters, natural
Excellent, Fazila.
disasters.
Yes. When there is a
And there is a
disaster,
cargo plane also,
we need to carry the goods. We use the cargo plane to take the relief also.
and aeroplane can be used for advertisement purpose as well. We can see kind of the Cessna's type of aeroplane can carry a big banner and roaming around the city, and people can see.
Wonderful. In big football or cricket matches, if someone has any slogan, we see the Cessnas fly over, na? And in national events, the Air Force fly over us and displays their also. So there are many things a plane can do.
Imtiaz, just a recent example of aeroplane is they brought back 122 Bangladeshis all the way from Italy.
Yes, and that's a practical help, na? Excellent. Thank you very much. Whenever our people, our migrant workers were stuck in Italy, Just yesterday or few days back, Bangladesh Biman brought them here. Those are all the purposes, So let's see. An aeroplane that does not fly anymore, that's their main purpose, but still offers sub products that meal, drinks, movies. It cannot honestly be called an aeroplane anymore, but it can be a display. The Cessna is flying over us. It can be a restaurant and other things. And the weirdest example I had, like we were in, please believe it or not, I was watching the world's strongest man. So some people were trying to pull the plane. So the plane was an aeroplane was the measurement stick, whether you can pull it or not with a rope. So these are the examples, not definitely the main purpose. So let's see organizational purpose. So why we spend much time there to make it a bit light. So let's come to JCI or other organization. So development opportunities are there. Okay, in JCI, let's see, our organization gives us development opportunities. So there are other things too. Dinner, maybe dates, business contact, recognition, parties, and sports. Any organization, be it JCI or if we take some example from JCI, we can relate that more. Like we have dinner events, business contacts are there. We do parties also, recognitions are there, recognition nights. Dating also is possible and it's happening. Sports, we are having annual cricket shows in Bangladesh, maybe other sports in other countries, but development opportunities should be there. So if we see, those are the purposes, but identification of JCI, what do we do? Or someone, when they will ask, okay, someone more interested to join JCI, what do you tell them? Mostly development opportunities. Yes, we do sports, we do parties, but we provide development opportunities. That's the core purpose. Like the aeroplane, which doesn't fly, take people from one place to another, people or goods, that we cannot tell an aeroplane. That may be a restaurant. So development opportunities. And the question is, if there is a mixed purpose, is it difficult to identify JCI's purpose? No, because those are smaller purposes. Core is development opportunities, and we, the JCs, we know that. And whenever we are introducing someone new to JCI, we always highlight the core purpose. An organization's purpose, every organization, be it small, be it large, must have a well-defined purpose, where I want to go and how it plans to get there. A clear purpose brings everyone together and provides guidance over the long haul, long-term vision and purpose. An organizational purpose must exist on every level within the organization. If we think about a business entity, like a consumer goods product, there are few levels. The the excom, the top floor, then there are other wings, the salespeople, the finance, the HR, the marketing, and all these people and all in all levels, they should know the purpose. If any wing is weak, we will have it in another business session. If any week or any leg is weak, then the organization won't move. So it is definitely highlighted here that in every level of the organization, we need to know the purpose. If we relate to our JCI world, there are 3 levels. I need the help from someone new to talk. Like, what are the levels? Mustafa bhai, yeah bhai, hello, Mizan bhai, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the 3 levels. Can you enlighten us the 3 levels we have in JCI? Like
international, local, and individual.
Very right, brother. As a person, I am an individual. And when I am acting in my local chapter or my national body, there is national level. And there is, of course, JCI Global, the big fraternity. So, the 3 levels is, if we start from the bottom, that is individual level, then comes my local organization, and the international level is there. Detailed description of what is expected and how it relates to JCI mission in the individual level. As we started with guiding principles today, and we try to relate those with our JCI world. So we starting with individual. Then comes the local, means local organization, and to some extent to our national organization. As in JCI, we say that every work, every project starting from our local organization. So next level is local, objective, vision, mission. Those should be specific, and of course for the international level. As we have crossed 100 years, there are some guiding principles, and we are following that. Not very much organizations or the many organizations in the world that has crossed over 100 years, and we are very lucky to be a part of that. So there are strict guiding principles. Following that, we have crossed over the 100 years mark. Vision and mission, we have already done. The vision statement and mission statement is there. I need someone to help us to know the difference. Some mission statements are more like vision statements that don't provide enough guidance. Can we have a vision and mission, the differentiation? Those are close, definitely. I need the help from Imran Bhai. Imran Kadir Bhai, are you there?
MPS Bhai, can I say something?
Tushar Bhai, excellent, please. Yes.
I think vision is something that's for the long term, and mission is something you can like break it down in the short term purposes.
Mm-hmm. The long-term vision is there, and mission will help us to go there. No, what needs to be done?
Yeah, like if you like break down the all the purposes for vision, then like under some subdivision, then that called the mission. Like say for example, I have a vision to like to go somewhere, right? So how I will go there, or how I will plan the full trip. Like you can break it down. That's the mission, I think.
Yes,
Exactly.
super
I would like
excellent.
to
Please.
add Tushar. For example, I'm at Farmgate area and I want to go to Uttara. So going to Uttara is my vision. And from Farmgate, first I will go to Mohakhali. That is one mission from Mohakhali.
Tanzim has been muted. Tanzim, unmute yourself.
The host, yeah,
yes,
it
please,
was muted by the host. Yeah. So from Mohakhali to Kakulimor, that's another mission. From Kakulimor to airport, another mission. Then airport to Uttara, that's another mission. So 4 or 5 combined mission will be making my vision completed.
So Tanzim Bhai, are you trying to say that vision is our ultimate goal? We want to reach the airport. That's our vision. And to break it down in smaller pieces, you are telling that those are the missions. No, achieving the missions.
Some touching point, some checking point I have to touch. That's the kind of mission.
Yes.
Complete the vision.
Yes, yes, those are the points. Those we need to touch or we need to do to to reach our ultimate vision. Thank you very much. Let's see. JCI vision, what do we say? To be the leading global network of young active citizens. Okay. So this vision means that JCI wants to be a real global network. If we have the key point, young active citizens are there. Global word is very important, and the third word is network. So this vision happens by young people being active citizens to find solutions to solve community challenges. So if we need to unpack the vision statement to be the leading global network of young active citizens, this is the ultimate goal. This is where we need to reach. Whenever young people, not only young active people is thinking about any organization to join in a global phase, our vision is that in his or her mind, JCI word will come first. So this vision statement, what does it indicate? We need to be a real global network, and it happens by young people being active citizens to find solutions to solve community challenges. Whenever we will be acting in solving community challenges in our local organization, and from that our national and our international part, then only we can reach that vision. And as Tanzim Bhai has just said, there is step by step. So how can we reach that vision? Next step, let's learn what is our mission. JCI mission, what are we telling? To provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. So if we can highlight development opportunities, next what is empower the young people, and third is create positive changes. If we go back one by one, positive changes, what we do projects, events, and we try to do sustainable change. Those are the into a positive thing. And who are the one doing that? They are young active citizens, young people. And by doing that, these are the development opportunities beyond our studies, beyond our day-to-day work or our career. JCI is given us those development opportunities. So how does this mission gets accomplished? Through the action and results of the members at local organization. And it is at the local level and only at the local level where the mission is accomplished. It is twice highlighted that local level. As an individual, I need to work with my local organization to achieve that mission. Anyone wants to add something? Daisy Napit, President. Okay. We are at the last slide of our purpose part. So there is vision and there is mission to achieve those visions. Let's move on. Brand. How many of us are here branding professionals? Marketing guys or girls do branding.
You can call me a marketing guy.
Excellent, Imran Bhai. So as a brand, JCI, do you consider JCI as a brand?
Definitely.
Definitely. So let's have something that how this brand will help us, or how we are the custodian of this JCI brand from local organization, how we can make proper utilization of this JCI brand. Thank you. We will come to you. The local organization's reputation. Let's see. What do you think creates the reputation of your local organization, and how would your community describe your local organization? So I would request local president Imran Bhai. My question is, JCI is a brand. So what do you think creates the reputation of your local organization? JCI or JCI Dhaka North? This is our local organization. So
I think the first thing that creates the brand of local organization is the people who are representing, and also through the activity we are doing, through the events, through the projects, and through other activities which are consistently done by our local chapter, that creates a sustainable impact in people's mind. And slowly that creates a brand. And as a whole of a JCI itself is a global brand which comes with certain vision and mission, and which aligns all the national levels and local levels. So branding is the it's a sync of a few identities, and it's very important to have sync uh, sync of brandings in all levels, from local chapters to national organization and to the international organization. Brand is a sync. So aligning the mission and vision when we do things in our local chapter, that creates our brand identity.
excellent. Thank you, Imran Bhai. You have given the perfect example that it is the people who are the members of the local organization and the work they do. As you are a senior marketer or brand guy, I have a second question to you. Like, I am a part of JCI. It is a global organization, such a big thing. Why does it matter to make a brand of my local organization? Like, you are from JCI Dhaka North, I am from JCI Dhaka Young. We are both from JCI Bangladesh. So is it important that our local organization should have its own brand?
Yes, of course, this is very important because at the end of the day, you and me are competitors. So when two competitors are working with the same goals, and you also want to recruit members, I also want to recruit members. We have every local chapter has their own identities and goals. Like if you look into the member base of JCI Dhaka North, you will find that mostly our members are 30+ years. And if you look into the age demographic of JCI Dhaka West, you will look that most of the members are below 30. So everyone deals with different age group, different professional groups, and for that brand identity is very important because what we do is the reflection of our brand, and that attracts the members, that creates the impact, that also engage the people in the community. I think that's how the brand identity in local organization is also very important.
Thank you very much, Imran Bhai. From a brand marketeer, you have given the perfect answer. And I think
Imtiaz bhai, can I add something just a little bit?
Definitely, please.
So whatever I have till now out of JCI people, when we are going for partnership or anything, like in Bangladesh, I think especially you have also faced the same situation. Like people know JCI in general. Like even if I met some partners or some collaborators, if I at the first meetup I cleared that we are from JCI Dhaka North, but after the event or program, they are promoting as JCI, right? So they know it as a JCI overall whole. So my question is uh, is it necessary to brand every individual chapter? Like because we have 14 chapters, right, in Bangladesh. So if we brand 14 chapters separately, I think it will be tough to create that brand identity or brand image among the general people, not JCI members. I agree with Imran Bhai. Among the members, it should be like, yeah, we did that. It's our activities. But for the audience level or for the general people, I think we should brand in that way so that people know we are the JCI people. Because that's easy to create that clear message to all the people.
Tushabha, yes, that's a different point of view. We will have that JCI branding just towards 3 slides after. So if a local organization, as it is by the people who are doing that, the members who are doing that, Imran Bhai has stated a word, there is a competition. So from the local organization,
Is it really competition, Imtiaz? Because we all work together. I don't see it from competition level.
Okay, like whenever a person is joining, like the reputation is what is there. What do you think creates the reputation of your local organization? If a student is joining, if he or she is interested in certain projects or something, if out of our 14 wonderful chapters, if one chapter is strong in that part, I think that will motivate him or her to join there. So
Yeah,
that is the healthy competition. I think that's a not unhealthy competition.
True.
As 14 brothers and sisters we are competing to have a common goal. And after this 1-2 slides later, we will see that how our local organization brand will culminate into a national organization and ultimately the global JCI. So I will request local president Tanjila Pa one thing. How would your community describe your local organization?
Can you repeat the question, Imtiaz bhai?
How would your community describe your local organization? Is it important? Community, is it important that we will think that how the community thinks of us?
Yes, at the end of the day, we're working for the community through our projects or events, giving back to the community. So how the community perceives local organization is important, reflecting back on what kind of work the local organization has done in the past and how it has benefited the society, things like that.
Yes, and is it related to the reputation or the brand image we have culminated? Our local organization has a brand image that your organization is doing in that part of thing. So I think it is something related, no? The reputation, the
Yes.
brand image.
Can I
Please.
tell?
Please, Bhaiya.
like if I talk about JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, when I joined JCI back in 2016, and I was invited in few of the events of JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, I had an impression that this is a lawyers chapter, because back then there was a lot of professional lawyers in the chapter. Like I met a good number of lawyer friends over the chapter. So as a community member of JCI, the first impression I had about JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, that it's a legal professionals chapter. So going forward, when I'm seeing Tanzila Apu's year, I am having a different sort of vibe, because the member base has changed. The category of people has mixed up, and there are a lot of activities of which aligning is women empowerment and few other things. So over the years, the impression also changed. So uh, as a community member, I have a different view. I had a different view in 2016 about JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, and right now there is a different viewpoint from my perspective.
As
You're
we,
absolutely right, Bhai. That was the impression most people had back in 2017, because our local president, Barrister Shahidul Azam, he belongs to the legal fraternity. And you know what happens when somebody becomes the local president? They tend to pull in people from their network and from their associations. So that's how a lot of
Yeah. It seems like a
people from
lawyer's
legal
chapter.
fraternity seems to be. I know.
yes, excellent
Very well
examples.
put.
Yes. This is the perception the community has of us. Na? So if I can request our international participants, like Mr. Michael from Hong Kong, can you please share, do you have chapters like we can, from outside, we can identify, okay, this is the chapters of the businessman, or this is for the students. Do we have some examples like that? Or anyone from Nepal? Can you share that you have chapters from outside, you can identify that the unique thing is that?
Sorry, I actually didn't get the question.
Okay, is it Mr. Michael?
Sorry. Yes, sir. Now
Yes,
it's
yes.
visible. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
my question is, as we are from different chapters from Bangladesh, has already discussed that we can identify few chapters, or we had identified one chapter that those are for lawyers. Most of the members are from the legal professions. So from your country, we are very inquisitive to know that if you have examples like that, some chapters the community perception is that these chapters belong to the businessman, or this is for the students or legal profession. Can any chapter in your country be identified, something
Yes,
in?
sir. Actually, it's about JCI itself, because in the major cities, there are people who know what JCI is and what JCs is. Look, basically, we call here in Nepal we call JCI or the organization as JCs. So, uh, in the Tarai region of our country, many people have this concept that JCs is a Christian organization, which actually rhymes with Christianity, Jesus Christ. So
Oh.
people, they think, the local people, they think that JCs is for the Christianity section. Yeah. And another example, it happened to me as well. When I joined JCI, I was like, I was just 18. I was very young.
Oh.
And my members out there, our board members, they were like almost 30, 35, around the age of 30. So when I joined, I thought that this organization is not actually for people from banks. Usually they were banks, the young organization, young people's organization, but it sounded like they were much more higher ranked people, so it was not kind of fit to me. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Thanks for sharing your own experiences with us. So if I can share in 1 minute, when I joined JCI, I was 36. And the chapter Imran Bhai was mentioned, the chapter was JCI Dhaka West, full of students, people are at least 15 to 20 years younger than me. So it's a wonderful crowd. Like that was the only organization where I can mix with people. I can have a cup of tea with people 15 to 20 years younger than me. So that was one of my main ambition of joining, you know. So and the second thing, I was talking with a friend just yesterday that at that time the president, the local president in 2017 we had, he was only 25. So I learned to accept the leadership of a person 15 years younger than me. So wonderful thing whenever you have the mixed crowd, and you see the perception of the people from your country, like JCs are Christians. So that is the community perception that was in first. But I think with your work, with your social work or other activities, you have already proven that no, your activities doesn't only concern the Christians, and it is not a religious organization. So that is the perception we can change. So let's see what is the public perception. Okay, this photo, what do you think? What you can see? It is a perception thing.
There are two things, I guess. One,
Yes.
you can see a girl of like age of 30 to 40 or 20, kinda. And another, we can see an old woman with large nose, around 70 or like 80. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you have seen two. Is there anyone who have seen the two faces? Mostly
I
I
saw the both pictures of old lady as well as a young lady.
young lady, yes, but sometimes we can see the one only. Whenever someone mentions that there is a second one, we can have a deeper look and we can find the second one. So the thing in this picture is that don't get fooled with the perception. This photo might give us the feeling that okay, it's a young lady with a fur coat, but from other point of view, the coat is there, but the lady gets changed. This is what we have the wonderful example that JCs are Christian, but that's from the outside perspective. But with their works and other things, when people get closer to JCI Nepal, they say that no, actually our perception was wrong. Actually, JCI is an organization is for all. Thank you.
Yes, sir. But when we see them, that if we term our organization as JCI, then people they start to like they tend to ask questions about the organization. But when we say like Nepal JCs, then they think it's an Christian organization. So yeah, we have
Yes.
turned our terms as we need to say JCI Nepal. So
This is
yeah,
how you
we're
can
working
yeah.
on it.
Excellent. That's the way we have come up with how to pronounce our name also. Yes. So this picture can be seen as something completely different. I think we have already gone through that. Two of you have answered. Hmm. And why we have shown this picture? The public identifies JCI for what they perceive we do. It's about perception. It's about the work we do. Let's see. Making the right things happen. All local organization activities should reflect how the organization wants to be perceived by the public. And do we want to be seen as an organization that helps solve community problems or exists just for meeting and parties? Another thing, all activities should provide development opportunities, be relevant and to the local organization identity, and build a good reputation. Am I missing any local precedent? Mijan Bhai, I think you can help us. Mijan Bhai, are you there? Local President
Yes, sir.
Shahidul Mustafa Mijan Bhai?
Are you calling me or someone else?
Hello?
Are you talking to Michael?
Yeah.
Yes,
Are you
Michael, you can volunteer also that right things to happen. All local organization activities should reflect how the organization wants to be perceived by the public. We have been discussing this for the previous few slides also. So do we want to be seen as an organization that helps solve community problems or exists just for meeting or parties? I think the answer is evident
Are
from
you
our.
being, sorry, who is this speaking? Are you asking Michael Lang?
Michael, I think we can give others yeah, some participation chance.
Okay, okay.
Let us. Yeah, thank you very much. You can always speak, no problem. I can see Daisy Napi, President. Are you there?
Trina, I guess my LP's mic is not working. So, yeah.
Okay, thanks for the information. So, anyone else want to share? Okay, let me summarize. I think we have spent much time here. So, as we have discussed in the previous 10 minutes, that it is a perception. All local organization activity should reflect how the organization wants to be perceived. Like one example, we see that local people are thinking us as Christian organization, but through our activity we have changed that. But the most important part is all activities should provide development opportunities, be relevant to the local organization's identity, and build a good reputation. Like this COVID pandemic situation, everywhere in the world, JCI chapters, local chapters are doing excellent. So what are they doing? If a student have just joined our club, if he gets the opportunity to go to the field or take some lead, so this is the first time he or she is leading a project, leading an event. This is the actual development opportunity that we are talking about. And it should be relevant to our mission, overall JCI mission or the local organization's identity, and a good reputation. Definitely, we don't want to collect bad reputations. Similarities, like we have a local organization and other community organizations are also there. So there should be some similarities, and we will see why we JCI are different. First, let's see the similarities. Okay. Acha, before that, can you name some non-profit organization also other than JCI?
One I'm working with, which is Bangladesh Malaysia Chamber of Commerce. It's a
Bangladesh?
based
Sorry,
organization, a non-profit one.
sorry. What's the name? Bangladesh
Bangladesh Malaysia Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. Okay, yes, that's also a non-profit. Thank you. So like that, so there should be other non-profits. Rotary International, that is non-profit. Toastmasters non-profit. Lions non-profit, and others. These are voluntary organizations. So any other criteria can be volunteer, voluntary work we do. What can be others? We provide service, we do projects. So if these three criterias, these are common for my local organization and also other community organization. So if we want to differentiate us, if we want to make a bold statement like we are different, what can we do? If the non-profit sector, what is this? The non-profit sector belongs to a segment that identifies organizations with the same purpose to make a better society, and we are also part of that chapter. We are not telling that we are not non-profit. We are non-profit. If there is a fraternity of non-profit teams, we are part of that also. What is our differentiating criteria? Projects for sustainable solutions. Let us go to the last first. Okay, so we do projects in JCI. We do projects that are sustainable. And if we go to the last one, that is community decided the projects. If there is something, there is a need for the community, we do that, not imposing something. And the result is, it is empowering young people and it is creating opportunities. If I have someone who has just joined JCI this year, let me ask her first, then anyone can volunteer also. Anika Appa, are you there? What makes our local organization different from other
Ji bhai.
organizations? Huh? So we are doing projects, you are actively involved. So
Ji.
can you relate that? that activity, it is a need of the community, or are these projects empowering young people like you who have just joined? Can you just relate our activity with these 4 points?
I think, first of all, obviously, I've been quite privileged to get into JCI Dhaka Young, because some of the projects that we've been doing it's been quite need based. Like we helped poor people from slum areas during the coronavirus lockdown. We helped rickshawalas and slum people from slum areas. We help them, and then there's obviously recently we've finished doing this. We've finished a project and helped work sex workers in Doladia. So these two projects I've been quite involved in, and both of these projects were on a need basis. Like obviously we decided that we looked at various newspapers and we looked at where these people need these money, and that's how the project started. And regarding empowering young people, obviously while doing these projects, it has helped all of us who were involved in these projects to obviously be in the front line and actually work on these projects. And I guess it helped us to gain knowledge and make us more like it made us feel like, okay, we're actually making a change. Like it made us more involved. So yeah, I guess you can think like that.
Yes, yes. Whenever you can see that you are making some changes, it gives you a feeling of empowerment, no? Like that. You are doing something good. And also from another part, as why I am asking people joining first time in JCI, because you can learn the project management also. You can learn the fund collection. I think we know you were involved in some other voluntary organizations also, but
Yes.
this type of thing we have learned fund collection. We know we can do the need based projects, like there is some needs, and
Yeah.
the
Right.
the opportunities it is creating for us who are doing the projects, and for the people who for whom we are implementing those. Definitely those the point. Thank you, Appa.
Thank you.
So if I can add something, the JCI projects are sustainable solutions. The main difference between an event and JCI project are that it should be sustainable. Events are one of, JCI projects are sustainable. That's why we do the need analysis first, so that the community owns that. Yeah, the project is owned by the community. If JCI also leave the spot, the community owns that, and the project is sustainable. This is the main difference with other voluntary organizations that we are claiming. We are empowering others, we are creating opportunities, and our projects are need based, and it is sustainable, not one off. So positioning of the organization, like from branding perspective or the perception people have, we have three circles. Our positioning, if we like to position our local organization's brand, align with JCI vision and values, definitely be relevant to accomplish the JCI mission, and lastly, create positive changes in the community. This is our brand positioning. It should be aligned with vision values. It should be relevant definitely with the JCI mission, and lastly, most importantly, it should create positive changes in the community. So, active citizens, there are few definitions. Who are active citizens? Members of the brand of the organizations. Member are the one who acts according to JCI values, and also it is the members who look for solutions for positive changes. And culminating all three, we do call them active citizen. We have a framework, ACF, na, Active Citizenship Framework. It's a separate training we have. And from corporate corporate identity or brand positioning we have been talking about, JCI has established a clear corporate identity and logo all over the world where JCI is established. That's why, from the branding perspective or other things, the identity is very important. Our local chapter logo also follows the same theme, the same topic, and we just put our name below. And our alignment with UN, we also use the UN logo in our logo, just to show that we are a part of that. A logo, however, is not enough to establish a brand. Local organizations need to decide and deliver activities and projects that impact the community with positive changes. So we started in the debate we had. Our local president Imran Bhai said that logo, we are all part of JCI, but sorry. So so our logo or being part of JCI is not enough. We are we need to do some activities, some projects, so that the impact to the community is visible. Definitely. So we are completing our brand part. I would like to have Imran Bhai a summary, like from a brand guy. The logo JCI is there. We are aligned with the logo, but we are again putting emphasis that our local organization need to decide and deliver activities. Imran Bhai, are you there?
His line got disconnected, I guess.
Please, Humairappa, can you please forward? Like we have the logo, just to summarize the brand part, that JCI is a leading identity. We have the clear logo, but the local organizations, activities and projects. Just to summarize this part. One comment.
An organization's identity is a brand identity, and its activities and projects itself itself brands the organization. In JCI, we have the logo, we have our vision and mission. We reflect it through our activities, through our projects, and eventually, when our projects adds to the sustainable developments, it actually brands the organization itself. So we create opportunities for the young people to be involved in the projects, in the events, to add value to the society, and then making them involved in different projects. We help the society, and eventually it helps branding JCI.
Yes, the word you have used, it will eventually help to upholding the brand in JCI. Yes, JCI is a global brand, is a beautiful logo we have, but the local organizations also need to act. That's the main point. Thank you, Appa. Thank you, Humair Appa, for your active participation. And is this your first year in JCI?
This is my second year, but
Your second year.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks for the summary. So we are in the last part, that is the impact. We have few more slides, nothing more. Who we are. Let's see, the local organizations must concentrate on the correct target audience when recruiting future JCI members. So here we have a brand identity. We have a local organization with its motto, like the thing, like the community perceives us, like we are doing this type of work, or something like that, some specific work, some specific type of project this organization does. So what we also do, we recruit new members so that the chapters become sustainable. The senior members leaving the chapter, the new members coming. But while recruiting the new members, what we need to focus on, what we need to think, that is, not every young individual in the community shares the same beliefs like we do beliefs. So while recruiting, we will see that, okay, this member, if he or she also believe in our way, the JCI way, the service to the humanity way, He or she might be very good, very famous, but if he doesn't bring to our fraternity of helping the people in need, then he won't enjoy our work, and we as a chapter won't function. So here we're telling that we don't need to invite everyone, just those individuals who have the belief in JCI vision, JCI's principle. Okay. And JCI members are young people who believe in the JCI values, vision, and mission. That is the main part. We won't knock everyone to come to join us. Whenever he's or she is seeing us from the community perspective, they have their certain views, but we will discuss whether we have a fellow common fraternity feeling, then only they will join. So, create what is the ideal local organization. It requires deep study, strategic planning, and extraordinary leadership skill. Definitely, we have several local presidents over here, and we are very lucky that we have none of us are founder members. We are part of a heritage. So it requires deep study and how the chapter needs to go, what is the strategic planning, if we need to have some dynamic changes also. And the leadership should be there also. The extraordinary leadership will motivate new members to join or to take the club forward. Achieving the mission, better young active citizens, definitely. Positive change in the community is a summary we are just going through. This is the achieving the mission and how to fulfill. It is important that every activity offers members the opportunity for personal development. We are re-emphasizing that. Empowered member will with more skills, knowledge, and experiences will create positive changes. Yes, we know that. There is a room for learning in all activities when members are given the opportunity to contribute. Like the example Anikapa was sharing with us, as she was giving some responsibilities, and whenever as a new member in my case also, when I was given a certain responsibility that I have never done before, a, an act of fulfillment, a feeling of fulfillment comes whenever we can do that activity. So there should be some room for learning in all the projects and events we do. What are our main activities? To provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. We have development opportunities, empower young people, and create positive changes. Can anyone share the experience of any JCI event? We are more or less in the last few slides. We can spare 1-2 minutes here. How an event or activity of JCI can do the three things, can relate to the three things: development opportunities, empowering us, and create positive changes in the society. Anyone can take the floor.
Um, Imtiaz Bhai, this is Humayra again.
Please.
Through our trainings in JCI, I personally have felt that we had the opportunity, development opportunity to train ourselves to be a better persons. Like I remember I had in my very initial trainings from our local chapter JCI Dhaka Young, I had a training on tax practices in Bangladesh. Being a lawyer, I did not cover that part much uh, relating to the income tax calculation and all. So I had that training immediately when the chapter declared it, and I had learned the details of it. I, in earlier cases, I have had learned it from the books, but in the trainings, the experienced lawyer who were much expert in tax laws and also a tax commissioner was there. They have taught us the practical situations, and there were interactive sessions, and they made us calculate the tax income tax things. And that is where I felt that I had the development opportunity that engaged young people like us. And eventually, trust me, I had few files on which I worked, and that was a positive change for myself, that I have added a new experience and new for me, that is a new side of me that I can work on my own career. So,
Excellent. Yes. Okay. So does it gives you empowerment?
of course, that gave me empowerment. Like before, I could not say or suggest anyone when people used to ask me about income tax calculation and all. So for that particular training, I had the empowerment to speak about that particular issue, having the knowledge from that training.
Excellent. So Humaydapa gave us an example of a training, certain training we had from our local chapter. It was on income tax return submission. So she being a lawyer herself, she is saying that she has learned many things and she could have applied in her professional career, career also. So this is the positive changes we bring. JCI can bring not only to the members, to the society also. I do remember in that training, if someone from outside JCI would also attend, it was in City Alo, there were non-JCI members. So from JCI, we can have the pride that yes, we created opportunity for some positive changes for our members and also people outside JCI. So the perception thing we were talking since morning today. So after that training, the perception of non-JCI members, what would be that? Okay, JCI is an organization which provides trainings, practical trainings that we can apply in our day-to-day life. Okay. So moving on, measuring results. Those of us who are working professionals, we know that there are some KPIs. After 1 year of or 6 months of service, we measure ourselves with the certain KPI, and we can tell that okay, whether we have done good or bad. We can measure ourselves, and our bonuses, promotions depends on those certain KPIs for professional career. In JCI world also, we have 100% efficiency. The JCI Bangladesh, JCI Nepal, JCI Hong Kong, they are submitting to JCI world how much score they are doing. These are the result measuring. For local chapters, we have 100% efficiency points also. So as a chapter, how can we measure ourselves? Let's see. Businesses and companies measure success by the number of people, clients, products, services, like that. JCI local organizations measure success by the number of development opportunities it has created for empowering young and active citizens, resulting in creating impact that positively affects the community. So if we can go through the numbers, so every year, why there are 100% efficiency criteria, they said that how many GMMs have you covered, what are the projects, how many lives you have impacted, because the measurement tools, we need to know that the empowering thing, however we have done to the empowerment, what are the numbers resulting in, whether you have positively created some impact or not. Because if there is 2 projects, 3 projects, definitely JCI projects, we show that we have created this and this. That's why it has been approved as a project. So after a long year, these are the tools which are used for the measurement from the local organizations point of view. And what are the factors behind those success? Outstanding activities, definitely. Members at the heart, communities are there, and group opportunities. We are at the close of the presentation. Participation, the only way members can take advantage of development opportunities, acquire new skills and experiences by actively participating in activities offered at the local level. So let me go back to the example Humaira just shared. There was a training and members participated. And I don't think 100% of the chapter members participated. So here what we are telling that you need to participate to get the development benefit. Like the COVID-19 events or projects Ms. Anika was sharing with us, there also from the local chapter, not everyone was participating. Those who participated, they got the opportunity to develop themselves. So what we do emphasize is participate, act, take actions. So thank you very much. We are at the very end of our course, and we do promote participation from you in JCI projects, JCI events, and also JCI trainings. So what are the other organization training we have? We have JCI Impact, another half day course, and JCI Admin, another half day course. So over the weekend, Friday is the weekend over here in Bangladesh. Over the next 2 Fridays, we will have JCI Admin and the JCI Impact training. So that's all from my part. Floor is open. We can have discussion. I think 12 o'clock. We finished within 2 hours. Okay. The floor is open. Who haven't spoken yet? Farhad Jannat, are you there?
Yes, hello, good morning.
Very good morning. So we have just concluded our training session. Any question or something you need to share, like how your local organization has impacted positive changes in you along with the community?
Right. First of all, it was a very good presentation. Thanks to you. I have actually joined JCI last year, end of 2019, and then
Your local chapter?
JCI Dhaka North.
Dhaka North, okay.
Yes. So I cannot actually say that I have attended many JCI events. So from the few I have attended, the last one was on Women's Day. So that was remarkable because we got to know about the stories. I mean, unbelievable stories of few brave women that we. These are some stories that those are unheard, and this is a very good platform that from the unknown route we can bring these unheard stories. So, and this really create impacts on others that this we have never thought this way, that this could be done this way, and someone is doing or like achieving her dreams, uh, no matter how much struggles she has gone through. So that was really amazing, and I think if the corona wasn't there, so in future we can see more of these events. So yeah, this is a very good platform to create a difference, and of course under good leadership. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience and how JCI is bringing positive changes. And your chapter being JCI Dhaka North, over the year, we are seeing that lots of activities, lots of things. And
Sure.
we can see our National Executive Vice President Sakib Ahmed Bhai. Sakib Bhai,
Thank
we
you,
have
Imtiaz bhai.
yes,
Thank
Bhaiya, we
you.
have just concluded our training session. If you can
I'm
share
sorry,
something with
I'm
us.
a bit late, and I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I'm sure it was wonderful. I think the participant can tell better, but I hope everyone enjoyed the training. Thank you, Imtiaz bhai, for taking the training.
Thank you, Sakib Bhai, and thank you all. The floor is open. We can have 2 to 5 minutes discussion, and then we can close. Mustafa Bhai, Shahid Mustafa Bhai, are you there? Anyone, please unmute, and we can have. And thanks for our international guests also for participating. We have from Hong Kong, from Nepal.
Hello, thank you. This is Michael Leung from JCI Ocean from Hong Kong.
Yes. So we will be closing this training in the site, and within 4 days, you will have the quizzes up on the site, and you can participate. We will be also sending you mails. Those who have participated, those who have written your names here, we will count this as a participation. So you will get reply from us, from all of us. So I think we don't have any more questions. So can we close?
Sure,
I think
Imtiaz.
yes. Over to our National Training Commissioner, Mr. Mehdi Hussain, please.